All right, this question comes from Clara, one of our prep schoolers, and she wants to know if she should be vulnerable online or if she should sort of keep things close to her chest and not share too much. Now, here's the deal. This is a really tough question, and that there isn't one blanket answer. And so the first thing you need to do is think about yourself and your business. Is your business one of transparency, or is your business one where you show up as the expert? Who do you want to be, and what do you want to respond with? So let me give you a couple examples. If you're a plumber and you help people with their plumbing, probably wouldn't be that good of an idea for you to walk around saying, yeah, I know I have a leaky toilet all the time, or, my wife and I had a spat about XYZ the other day, okay? Probably not necessary to be vulnerable when you're a plumber talking about plumbing. You need to instead showcase your expertise. But let's say you're a coach who helps people deal with overeating. And one of the things that you might want to do is talk to your clients about how even after you've figured it all out, there are some days where you are still human and tend to eat a little bit more than you want to. But you know the tools and have the skills to then catch yourself and get yourself back on track because you've gone through the process of healing this problem with overeating. Now, at the same time, if you're in the middle of a massive personal tragedy and chaos and throes, it might not be something that you want to share with your audience. And so, like I talk about a lot of things on a spectrum, over here is where you don't really want to talk about everything, and over here is where you share maybe a little too much information. You've got to decide on the spectrum where you want to be with yourself and your business. Now, to tell you the truth, I tend to be a very private person, even with my close friends and family. I'm just like super introvert who doesn't talk a lot and just really likes to keep everything to herself. And so I actually have to sort of push myself in this direction more than I would naturally go, because I know that when I do show up and am vulnerable with whatever's going on with me in my life, that my audience responds like, oh, Jenny doesn't have it all figured out. Oh, she has misophonia, or oh, she has Lyme disease, or oh, she has this chronic problem with her health and she's still able to build her business. So there's a little bit of a vulnerable share there, but at the same time, I'm not like spewing all this unprocessed crap at you, which is really kind of inappropriate for the type of business that I run. So you've got to think about, where are you? Are you a plumber, or are you over here where you're like in the thick of the messy ugly with people? Now, I'm going to suggest that there's probably nobody there's always over here. You're maybe in 10% or something like that. But ask yourself, what do you respond to? What do you appreciate from other people? What do your people want from you? And how can you convey that? Do you need to ratchet back a little bit more? There are some people who need to ratchet back a little bit more, but most of us, I think we need to move ourselves in this direction just a little bit. The key here is there is not one person out there who can tell you what you should be doing. So if there's anybody out there who's been pressuring you to be a certain way, or to be more vulnerable, or to be less vulnerable, or to be more visible, don't listen to them, because they don't know you. I can't know you. I don't know what's right for you, but you do. And so you've got to constantly be asking yourself, do I want to share this? Do I not want to share this? What feels right? What doesn't feel right? And challenge yourself. So notice if you're not sharing because it's a little bit uncomfortable. And that's okay if it's uncomfortable. Business is uncomfortable. Anything we do new is uncomfortable. Or if you're not sharing it because actually it's really not other people's business. So I sort of have a general rule in my business that I don't talk about religion, politics, or sex, because those are just things that I just don't like to talk about publicly. It's not really what my business is about, and that's kind of my blanket rule. Whenever people ask me for podcast interviews, what don't you talk about? Those are my 3 things. Doesn't mean I won't ever, but that's generally what I would don't. But I will tell you about the struggles of my chronic illness that I've had, or my own challenges with misophonia and how that affects me as a person and as a business owner, because I feel like sharing those stories gives you permission to like bring your faults to the table, because come on, we're all human at the end of the day. So figure out where you want to be on the spectrum, what you want to share with your people, what feels right to you, what doesn't feel right, and also give yourself permission to change your mind, because as you go through your business ups and downs, life ups and downs, you're going to want to change your mind, and that is okay. And so just honor that part of you. Don't be ruled by the part of you that's scared. Instead, be ruled by that wiser part of you who says, oh, like, we can do this, or this is the right thing, or this isn't the right thing. And just know that that is the right thing for you now, and you can do it again later. Okay. So if you have more questions about should I or shouldn't I, or A or B, or conflicting advice, I would love to help you. There's a link above to Prep School. It's a 3-month totally free coaching and training program that I am running. We are in the beginning of month 2 right now, and it is amazing, and people are really moving in their businesses. I would love to have you, and you get to ask me questions like this one, because this came from a prep schooler. so I can help you make sure that 2018 is your best year yet. So grab that link above if you haven't already. I would love to see you in prep school, and I'll be back again with some more conflicting advice videos. I'm excited to do a whole bunch of these this week. Okay.